What's up on my stock market investors? It is ShPena and I'm back again with another Cash App investing video, hoping to help you, all my new investors, grow some generational wealth. Before we get started, make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. I usually don't recommend or tell you guys to subscribe, you guys or gals, but subscribe, share the channel. We need to grow. Wow, this sun is really hitting right now. But let's not let that distract us from talking about the importance of earnings reports, the importance of earnings week, and why there's so much fuss about it. If you're a pro, then you might as well skip this video because this is strictly for my new investors, my beginners, my people that maybe been investing for less than a year. Um, so if you didn't know, there's 4 quarters in a year, and quarterly earnings or quarter earnings weeks are so important because we react, the market reacts, people react heavily to good or bad news. So that's why it's so important. Obviously, if there's bad news, people are going to sell. If there's good news, people are going to invest more. And there's a handful of important companies reporting this week. Let me just check the list real quick. Coca-Cola, I've talked about, they pay nice dividends. Snapchat, I just invested in them last week. Tesla, that's going to be very, very interesting and scary. Let me know in the comments if you own Tesla, because Wednesday is going to be an interesting week for y'all Tesla stockholders. Microsoft, which I'm very interested in. I'm interested in Microsoft mainly because of their ties with the NFL and what they plan to do with the NFL. They may be able to implement stuff like that into other sports. So they're heavily invested in getting the NFL back on track. What else we got? I mean, maybe some of y'all invested in Chipotle, but I hope not. AT&T, I've spoken about. They pay dividends, and they are a content giant. Holy crap, the sun is beating right now. All right, sorry, y'all. Twitter's reporting this week. Tractor Supply's reporting this week. Intel's reporting this week. Honeywell, American Express, and the last final one that I've actually spoken about in the past is Verizon, and that is also an interesting one to look out for, especially if the earnings comes out bad, because I like Verizon. They are they also have a partnership with the NFL as being their telecommunications partner, and they're rolling out their 5G, and they're using their 5G powers to get the league running in a telecommunications way this year. So it'll be very interesting to see what they do with the NFL as well. Um, what we have to understand is that there's opportunity if you're long term, right? I want you to understand that one bad quarter doesn't mean there's going to be 3 bad quarters. We have to be very clear on that. I want all my new investors to completely understand that one bad quarter can just mean one bad quarter, right? And I want everybody to also understand that when the earnings comes up, it's on the past, on past months. So obviously, to me, I feel like everybody is gonna have a decently not so good earnings, or every company has the potential to miss their earnings, because obviously a lot of people were just sitting at home for the last few months. So don't get tricked into selling a stock if you're planning on holding them long term. If it makes sense for that company long term, like I said just a few seconds ago, remember, one bad quarter or even 2 bad quarters doesn't mean that the whole year is going to be bad. This is a patience game. This is a long game. For me personally, I always recommend everybody to invest long term, just because statistics show that over time you're going to make money. There's a lot of day traders, there's a lot of swing traders, and respect to y'all option traders, respect to all y'all. Maybe I'll get more into that down the road, but for now, I'm gonna stick with my long term. And some things you can look at when it comes to earnings. You want to pay attention to income, expenses, what plans are. There's a lot of times where these companies have conference calls, and if you're invested in them, you can get on the conference call and listen. Stay up to date. You have to, stay very close. Keep your ear close, because a media company or platform can misconstrue words, can misconstrue a presentation. So it's good for you to hear what these companies are doing or planning to do. Especially when the earnings are bad or when the earnings miss. You get to listen to what they plan to do to make up for it on the next quarter. So, pay attention. There's tons of opportunities, like I say. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything important about the earnings week that all the new investors should know. I don't have all the information. I'm not a I'm not a genius in this. So I may have missed some things that maybe should be very important for people. So feel free to share in the comments below. But also let me know. Let me know if any of your stocks are reporting this week. Um, and I think I want to mention one more thing about Netflix too, because I mentioned Netflix in my last video, and you have to pay attention to the things that companies plan to do, and this is when opportunity becomes a thing, right? And I don't know too much on this, but one of my subs kind of mentioned it, but so Netflix dropped 7%, and now they're going to be offering, allegedly, I didn't read this, but one of my subs told me they're going to be offering free subscriptions uh, with ads. Let me tell you that their next quarter is going to be so beautiful. Mark my words, I'm going to say this now. If they continue with this free subscription with ads, their next quarter is going to be so beautiful. It's going to be like watching TV. You get a commercial in between, it's going to be like watching TV. And they're going to boost their subscriptions, and they're going to boost their ad revenue. So these are the type of things that you need to pay attention to. You got to see what these companies plan to do that is going to change and evolve them, and bring their value even higher than it already is. What's the ceiling for Netflix at such a point? That becomes cable. It becomes cable at your hands, because you can have Netflix app on your phone. Well, not cable, but you know what I mean. It becomes a sort of like a cable type of style at your hands. Let me know what y'all think about Netflix. Let me know what y'all think about Verizon. I like Verizon. I really do like Verizon. They also pay dividends. So pay attention to earnings week. Pay attention, and you also have to pay attention to earnings week, because it's a time to also find new opportunities. Because I see a company like Microsoft sticking around. I see a company like Verizon being around for a while, especially when Verizon's paying the NFL $300 million a year. So one bad quarter, if they drop or people sell off the stock, then it's an opportunity to bump in. So let me know if there's any other stocks that I should be watching out for, looking out for, maybe talking about. I appreciate everybody for watching. I hope everybody has an amazing week. I hope your stocks do great this week. Keep investing, hold long term, do your research, and have a great day. I'll see y'all tomorrow.